What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope all you're having a great day. Getting into this episode of GH, I get where Sonny's kind of coming from because Carly has a history of mental breakdowns. So she has a history of it, and one of her breakdowns was a delayed breakdown. So I get why he's thinking that because you got to remember, there's no evidence. Nell is playing this game pretty good right now. There's no evidence. But my problem with Carly is she knows somebody's doing this to her on purpose. She knows somebody's doing this. Somebody's basically framing her. She knows it. Why is Nell not popping up in her mind? Why? That's the only enemy she has right now. She know damn well it ain't Ava doing it. I'm pretty sure she knows that. I don't get why Nell is not popping up in her mind. She's been going back and forth with Nell now for months, for the better part of a year. So it's like, why isn't this girl in your mind as the one setting you up? That should be the aha moment. As soon as all this started happening and you knew somebody was playing with you, the first bitch that should have popped up in your mind was Nell, because that's the one that you got beef with right now. And she know Nell's a liar. She knows she's a schemer. Why aren't you thinking about this girl? Like I hate when the writers do storylines like where they have to dumb down a character, because any other person would have been deduced who was behind this from the get go. Any other person. Why Carly is smart for the better part. She's a smart person. Why is she not figuring this out? It's pretty easy to figure out. I don't get why is it like she's having a stuck on stupid moment. I don't get it. Like seriously. Think. That's all you have to do. Sonny obviously not gonna believe her because there's no evidence. And that's how Sonny for the most part, that's how he does things. If there's no evidence or nothing, he don't believe it. You gotta have proof for him. You know what I'm saying? Because all this is to him is basically he feel like she's losing her mind and he felt like he don't want to have to put her away in Shady Brook or nothing. I said, well, think about it. All she had to do was think about Nell. That's all she had to do. I agree with Carly though. It's fucked up on Sonny not to give her the benefit of the doubt. Because Carly has been there for him on so many occasions. When the world didn't believe him about something, Carly believed him and he was proven innocent on certain cases. And the only person that stuck by him was probably Jason and Carly at the time. So I don't get why he's not giving her the benefit of the doubt. Like he's known her for 20 damn years, over 20 years. You know her. You know what I'm saying? You know she's not batshit crazy. You know what I'm saying? I can understand the grief of losing a child. That grief never goes away. But come on now. She knows in her heart Morgan's gone. She know it. So I don't believe, and he should know that this is not some delayed reaction. He should know that. Because when Morgan died, she reacted to it. She cried, she broke down, she threw things, she lashed out. She reacted to it. So this is not a delayed reaction. You know what I'm saying? She went through that. She went through the grief process where she lashed out at everybody, she smashed things, she blamed people, she blamed herself. She went through the grief process. She lashed out. She reacted. So this is not some sort of 2 year delayed reaction. You should know that's not what it is. Her thinking, oh, he's still alive. She know he's gone. She know it. She even I remember when I think it was around Christmas time. I think it was around Christmas or whatever, where she had bought a gift for Morgan, or she was about to buy a gift for Morgan until she realized he was gone. She knows he's gone. She know it. So this is not some reaction. She been had that reaction. So Sonny should come on, think. I understand he got a lot going on, and this is why she didn't want to tell him. But then when she does tell him, he doubts her anyway. So it's like, it defeats the purpose. She might as well deal with all this by herself and figure it out on her own. Cause going to Sonny ain't doing you no good. Now he done told her initially she should go to Griffin, cause he doubted her. Now she done went to Griffin and got the test. They came back negative. You would think that's more proof right there. But now he wants even more proof. He wants her to go to Kevin. I say she should just go to Kevin. Go to Kevin, tell him what happened, and so that way you can prove you're not fucking crazy. That way Sonny is all out of options on this. He can't doubt you anymore once both top doctors tell you that you're good. You got a psychiatrist and you have a brain doctor telling you that you're good. What more proof would you need? You know what I'm saying? Once you do both of those, I feel like she should just to shut him up. or whatever. But knowing Sonny, he probably still not gonna believe it. He probably just gonna think, oh, you seeing ghosts. You know he gonna come up with another excuse. So it's like she might as well just go ahead and figure all this out by herself, cause and just keep the truth from Sonny, because going to him telling him every little thing, he just gonna doubt you even more. So ain't no point. You might as well just call Jason when he get back and get him and Spinelli to help you figure this shit out, man. Cause that's your best bet at this point. Sonny ain't gonna listen to shit. Um, Watching Jason and Spinelli and Sam up in Switzerland running their little con, it was kind of funny, but at the same time, I'm still thinking Sam is kind of a shitty parent. I'm just saying, you can't tell me she wasn't a shitty parent. And you already know eventually if Drew finds out, he's gonna file for full custody of Scout, because she went to Switzerland to clear her mind, have a vacation with the kids, spend time with the kids. But the moment she hears Jason and Spinelli are in Switzerland and Alexis comes to Switzerland, she has Alexis take the kids back to Port Charles without her. So she could stay here and do something illegal. That's not good parenting. I'm just saying, like, and it's gonna make Drew question your parenting skills, as he should, because it just proves to him and everybody else that you're willing to get back into that life with Jason. Because this is the same shit she used to do years ago. You know what I'm saying? It's like you basically just put your kids on the back burner to go do some con for information, I suppose, that you don't even need. This is information for Jason, not for you. Um, so they broke in, well, not broke in, but they pretended that she was some big wealthy woman trying to switch banks or whatever, hide, move some money to another account in Switzerland just to get access to the main computer or whatever to find out about Heinrich Faison, get a picture on the guy. So Spinelli came in throwing around his little know-hows, and he disabled their security system and their alarms. So apparently they got a picture of Heinrich Faison on the computer. Of course, they see who it is, but we can't see who it is. I felt like that was dumb. I'm like, why not just tell us who was on that picture? Because we don't know for sure if it's Peter August on that picture. Anna and Robert basically was trying to find some shit out on their own too. So they got the girl, the lady from the boarding school that Heinrich went to meet with them in their hotel room. And she was just giving them information about when Heinrich was a child, how his father had no use for him, and he didn't want to leave the school to go on holidays with his father or whatever because he had to go home for the holidays and he didn't want to. Um, so as the woman was describing Heinrich to Anna, the look on Robert's face, because mind you, Robert been wanting to know. He was just as suspicious as Jason and Sonny and all them were initially about Anna, because they knew every time they talked to Anna, they knew she was hiding something about this case. It was something she was not telling him. And I can understand her not telling Jason or Sonny, but she damn sure should have told Robert. Definitely she should have told him. And this is what I said a few days ago. I just hate the way that she's so rude to him. It's like he's saved her ass more times than I can count. He's come through for her. Whenever she needs a favor in Port Charles, she always gets on the phone. The first phone call she makes is to Robert. So why, when he volunteers to help you, are you being so rude? I get that you don't want him to know that that's your son, but you, of all people, you should at least tell him, like, come on, this man has been through hell with you over the years. He's your baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if anybody, if you can confide in anybody, it should be him. You know what I'm saying? Like, him of all people? Hell yeah. You should definitely confide in Robert. Why not? Y'all are the closest. Y'all been through some hell shit together, so why not? You've been through the worst. Why not tell him? He's not gonna judge you. He's gonna want to know the backstory, but he's gonna find out one way or another whether you tell him or not. He's gonna do some digging because he's already suspicious. As soon as that woman said the boy had brown eyes, she was describing his eyes, and I looked at Anna's eyes. I said, "Yep." And Robert started noticing that shit too. When she described that boy eyes, he looked at Anna because he know Anna got the same eyes. He said, "Yep, I figured it out." The light bulb went off in his head. He was like, "That's why she's not saying nothing, and this is why this case is so important to her. Because why else would Faison's son be so important to her if that's not only his son but it's her son too?" I say, "Yeah, Robert ain't dumb." See, this is why Tristan Rogers wanted the writers to make sure he came back correct. Because Tristan was like, "I'm not coming back to the show if Robert is going to be dumb." He was like, "I'm not coming back." I don't blame him because he was like, "You're not going to make my character stupid." This man has been in the game over 30 damn years. He was like, "I know the game." and I know my character. He knows the Robert character in and out. Robert was never dumb. You know what I'm saying? He was never slow on the uptake. You know what I'm saying? So if they made him anything but smart, it would have been a disservice to the character. It would have been a disservice to the actor. So I'm glad Robert, Tristan stuck up for his character, and we got Robert, you know, the old Robert, who's smart, who knows how to pick up on clues, who's not an amateur. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what I wanted, and this is obviously what Tristan wanted. But Anna should have been told him no. It's like you should have confided in him of all people. Why not? Um, Lulu is still sitting here playing stuck on stupid. She's being manipulated by Peter yet again. He sent her that email trying to throw her off the scent or whatever. Um, and she's still sitting there yucking it up. He's manipulating her for what, the third time? Like, come on, like Lulu need to open her damn eyes. Dante don't warned you about him. Jason done said something to you. Why are you not listening? You know what I'm saying? Why are you not listening? Pay attention. When people tell you something, pay attention because they're telling you for a reason, especially your own damn husband. And then she's sitting there, and he totally manipulated her. Like she's sitting there talking about some, oh, I don't need permission from Dante. That was a manipulation on his part. He did that on purpose. He said certain things to you on purpose to get you to say that, to get that reaction from you, because he know that you're not gonna tell Dante or you're gonna go rogue. You're gonna do what you want to do. He's banking on it. You know what I'm saying? And Lulu's giving him what he wants. She's going right into the trap like a fool. If I just wish that they would start smartening her up. Like if you're gonna be an investigative journalist, you need to learn how to read people. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna be in that business, read. You need to really learn how to look at people' facial expressions, learn their mannerisms. When they start saying certain things, you need to know what's manipulation, what's not manipulation. Like, you just have to know these things. It's like, come on, like, you're an amateur in a grown person's field. Like, come on, you're a straight amateur. Jesus Christ. Like you act like you have no life experience. Like people with life experience, like come on. And you don't even really need life experience. It's just common sense. It's like just know when you're being played. You know what I'm saying? Like come on, you can't bullshit a bullshitter. And when people speak out bullshit, you know when it's bullshit. You know it. You know what I'm saying? That's like the whole thing when Valentine told Anna that Heinrich, her baby was really a girl. Come on. And that's just like Anna today when she tried to bullshit Robert about this case and why it's important to her. You can't bullshit a bullshitter. You can't finesse a finesser. You can't. And Robert done finessed. He done finessed a lot of cases. A lot of villains. He done finessed. You can't finesse a finesser. You just can't. That's why Robert knew everything out her mouth was some bullshit. He knew it and he called her on it. It's just you know how to read people. You know what I'm saying? You just know their actions, their words. You can tell when some shit ain't right and some information ain't adding up. You just know. So it's like, come on, Lulu need to smarten up. Like seriously, you come from this lineage of Spencers and stuff. And your husband's a detective. I'm pretty sure you've seen him in action before when conducting an investigation sometime because some cops do, take their work home with them. So I'm pretty sure she was around when he was investigating the case. So you know what to do. You know what to look for. You know what I'm saying? So the mere fact that she's letting this dude play her is just, it's hilarious to me. It's like, get some sense. Damn. Don't take a rocket scientist to figure all this shit out. Like, come on. So anyway, Dante figured it out. And see, this is what goes to show finally the PCPD actually cracked the case and found a missing person, two missing persons, without any help from Jordan, of course. Because even Ava mentioned it. She was like, why isn't Jordan running point? Ava, come on now. You really had to ask that question? I'm just saying, it's Jordan. We don't really need her. Dante figured this all out because of a past conversation that he had with Mike. When Mike used to work at a place or whatever, and he mentioned that he used to clean out the horse stables and stuff like that. Um, See, that's good detective work on Dante's skills. On Dante's part, that's good detective skills because this is what you do. You remember every conversation you have with people, even if it's a casual conversation, because You never know. Those conversations can help you in a big way later on. And this, in the past conversation he had with Mike, it helped him. It helped him deduce where they were. You know what I'm saying? Just from a past conversation. See, that's why for me, any conversation I have with people, I vividly remember everything a person say to me verbatim. So that way, just in case I need to go back to that conversation to help me in the future, boom, that's what you're supposed to do. That's a good mark of a detective, though. Dante's definitely a very good detective, and I feel like they need to give him a real storyline because I feel like Dominic Zaprania is being totally wasted on this show. And he should have a lead storyline for himself. I'm just saying because why waste the talent? Um, I felt really bad for Mike. You know, he kept thinking Avery was Courtney, and it was so funny because when they were at the police station, when Mike and all them came to the police station, the way he just broke down in the stable when Dante told him Courtney died years ago, and the way he just broke down, that's some real life shit. Because this is what I told y'all about that story before, where I worked in a healthcare facility, and I was dealing with a patient, and you know, she kept thinking that her husband was alive and stuff. And mind you, her husband died like years prior. But I didn't correct her though. That point, I didn't correct her because I knew if I told her what it would do. You know what I'm saying? Like what it would, you know, she would break down and cry, and you know that's why I just let her think that he was alive. But in this case, I understand why Dante told him because he needed to realize that that little girl is not your daughter. That's your granddaughter. You know what I'm saying? So in that particular point, it was good for him to tell him that so he can get that reality in there. But it was so funny when they were at the police station and Mike mentioned Courtney again, and Ava was like, "Who the hell is Courtney?" I bust out laughing because it's the way she said it. She was like, "Who the hell is Courtney?" And because she didn't know Sonny had a sister, you know, she didn't know really the history, so she didn't really know, and they had to fill her in on it. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I loved Ava today because you know what? Ava finally stood her ground with Sonny and Carly. I'm sick of Sonny and Carly dictating who gets to raise their child. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick and tired of it. Sonny of all people should know how it feel to not be able to see your kids on a regular basis. Cause I remember when it was a time where Carly wouldn't let him around Michael and Morgan for a time. So and Alexis definitely wouldn't let him around Christina when she was a child. So he barely got to see Christina. So he should understand where Ava's coming from in this. I understand you hate her and she hates you too. But I'm glad Ava stuck up today and she was like, under no uncertain terms, her daughter is not going back to Sonny and Carly's house. I don't blame her because what assurances can you assure her that this will never happen again? How you know it won't happen again? I agree with Ava. They all dropped the fucking ball. They should have made sure he was guarded the whole time. And Sonny is fucked up how Sonny wants to throw the whole blame at Carly. I'm like, really? You want to throw the blame at her when you need to throw some on yourself? All of y'all are at fault. The nanny, you, Carly, you're all at fault. You're all at fault. That's why communication is fucking key. And you should have had a guard. You should have had a guard. He's sitting there telling Carly, "Oh, if you would have came to the park, none of this would have happened." No, bitch. If you had a security guard at the park with them, none of this would have happened. Sonny should have got on the phone, told Max to assign a guard to go with them. Carly was on the phone with Pilar. She should have told her, "Don't leave the house without a guard. Take a guard." Y'all got guards all over the fucking house. Why didn't you take one? Pick one. Max, Milo, Joey, whichever guard you got, take one. Gino, whatever their name is, take one. That's all you had to do. So it's all of y'all fault. And I don't blame Ava. You know, Griffin sitting there telling her, "Oh, you know, Mike's condition." She fully understands Mike has Alzheimer's. She gets it. She sympathizes with it. But that don't change the fact that she went 24 hours without seeing her daughter. Her daughter was gone all night. That's a scary situation. To not know where your daughter is. To not know if she was snatched off the street. You know what I'm saying? That's a scary situation, and she don't want to go back into that situation again. And it's a possibility it might happen again if Sonny and Carly drop the ball again. She can't take that risk. So I understand why she want her daughter to come with her. But when it's all said and done, I feel like they need to stop all this back and forth over Avery. They need to go to court, get shared custody, because I feel like it's in the best interest of the child if both of them, even though they can't stand each other, get joint custody. It's not fair for the child to only get to see one parent live in one house 95% of the time and only get to see the other parent 5% of the time. That's not fair. She should see y'all both equally. At the end of the day, Carly is not that girl mother. At the end of the day, Carly did not give birth to that girl. Ava did. That's her daughter. She has a right to spend as much time with her child as she humanly wants to. So they need to go ahead and just get the 50-50 and call it a day. Just get joint custody and rock on. Y'all don't have to speak to each other. Y'all could, you know what? They got an app nowadays. They got an app where parents can communicate over an app. They don't have to call each other. They don't have to text each other. They could text right through that app. Right through the app. Y'all don't even have to look at each other. You can have the nanny drop the Avery off at Ava's penthouse. Ava can have the nanny come pick her up and drop her back off at Sonny's house. That way, y'all don't have to communicate. Y'all don't have to do a damn thing. Y'all could pick out the days and the time, have it all set in stone. That way, the nanny could come pick up the child, bring her to Ava's house, drop her back off to Sonny's house on the day that the date and time she's supposed to go back. Boom. Sonny and Ava don't even have to talk. That simple. Win-win. And your daughter gets to be happy in both homes. Win fucking win. Like at some point, this is what I can't stand about some parents. You gotta step up and be mature. Stop this bullshit. Stop. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like it's totally ridiculous. Like just put your pride aside and be parents. Cause guess what? For the next 16 years, y'all gonna, the next 15, 16 years, you're gonna be a part of each other's life. Until that little girl is of age, y'all got to be around each other. Well, technically, right now, you don't. Like I said, use the nanny. Have her drop her off, pick her up. Y'all don't even have to come to each other's house. Point blank. End of discussion. Um, this was a pretty decent episode today. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about today's episode. I will see you all Monday. Hope you all have a great weekend. See you all Monday. Don't party too hard. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.